Konnichiwa, it's Yumi here. Today we're going to do part 9 for the walkthrough of Nancy Drew Goes to Thornton Hall. The last time we were here, Nancy found this note underneath the floorboard in the parlor, and we also found a huge black widow spider, which is great. And so basically, to solve this, draw a path to spell the name of one of the 4 colors seen behind the letters without drawing over the same path twice and ending at the asterisk. So basically, you know, you have your colors purple, blue, yellow, and green, and you can only choose one color to spell out, and you can't cross over the same path twice. So let's say you want to go this way and get R and G. Well, you can't do that because you obviously have to come back around, and you've already gone through here. So, you know, it's really not that hard. So after about 10 years, I finally figured it out. So the first letter is Y, E, L, L, O, and then W, and then the asterisk. Okay, so the next one is pretty much, it's a little bit easier. It says draw a path through all squares of the color that was spelled out on the first board. So obviously, since we chose yellow, that's the ones that we're gonna pick. And actually, with this one, you can go through the other, you know, the other, whatever the colors, but you can't cross over the same path twice. So, and I'm not sure what this is. I was thinking maybe it was like the front entrance to the mansion, or like the front entrance to the cemetery, but I'm not sure what this is. But maybe we'll figure it out later. So this is how I figured it out. So obviously, whenever we come up on a letter, it's gonna come up on here. So it's E, T, H, and you can pass by through here again because this part isn't red, so it's okay to pass through there. And the next letter is E, and L is going to be next, and then S, and G is next, R, and A is next, V is next, and obviously E is last, and then the asterisk.
Ethel's grave. It must be tied into that picture in the corner somehow.
Okay, so this it says Ethel's grave. And until now, I didn't really know that there was another grave out there. And she says it has something to do with a portrait in the corner. And I'm thinking that maybe it's like Clara's picture upstairs, but I'm not 100% sure. We still have a lot to do. We figured out the message hidden in the paper we found under the floorboard in the parlor.
Did that.
And let's see, find the window mentioned in the recording of Jessalyn and Addison. We still have to do that. Find the ruins where Charlotte died. We found what Addison and Jessalyn dropped.
Can't check that off yet.
Or maybe we didn't. Sounds like Addison dropped something. See if you can locate it.
That's done.
Okay. So now we have to find Ethel's grave. We have to find the window mentioned in the recording of Jessalyn and Addison. Find the ruins where Charlotte died. Follow the instructions in
Haven't done that.
Follow the instructions in the note to meet the ghost. Find a way to enter the room at the end of the hall. Find a way to open the crypt, into the crypt, and find Jessalyn. Okay, and as you can see, Clara's not here anymore, and that suitcase that was here, it's not here either. So, she said something about a painting in the corner, and I'm guessing it has something to do with either the picture of Clara or something, or who knows. But she said a painting in the corner. Okay, so we already have a handkerchief or a napkin. So I'm just gonna make some tea. You might get a reward if you make enough tea. This time I'm gonna put like 2 things of sugar in there. And a lemon. Okay, so now that we've had our tea, we need to find the one. When Jessalyn and Addison were describing a window, it sounded like they were looking from, like they were outside looking in. And what's this? Oh, Jackson Thornton. Okay. So, let's continue on. This is Mariana. Still can't get into this door. Maybe that's gonna happen later. And if this is the painting in the corner that she's talking about, then maybe it has something to do with this. In which case we need to go back to the grave, well, the fountain in the cemetery, but I've been there already, and I haven't been able to like find anything. So I know maybe I should call Addison and update Bess and Ned on what's going on, and then call Savannah.
Hi.
How did you get into the crypt?
Just had a key, but I don't know what happened to it.
I'd better get going.
All right. Later.
Okay, so that didn't help much. So let's call Savannah.
Hi.
Tell me what happened when you met Charlotte.
I'll tell you, hon, but you got to remember that you are not like me.
Oh, what do you mean?
I have opened the door to the spirit world, and you have not. And don't you dare do it ever. You hear?
Yeah, I can agree to that.
I mean it. The dead are just like lost children. If you're out there leaving a trail of breadcrumbs, they will find you. Enough of the PSA. I snuck out there to the ruins on the anniversary of her death. I waited in silence for a long time. Nothing.
You didn't say the rhyme?
Oh, that? Oh, it's cute, but I wasn't looking for my daddy's brain-dead bloodhound. They come when they come, and in the dead of night, she came. Stood right beside me. Just me and her, eye to eye, for a hot minute. Finally, she reached for my wrist. She pulled me through a fog that became smoke and then fire. She pulled me back to the night she died.
Could you see what happened that night?
I couldn't see a thing. I could only feel the heat. I could feel how sad she was and how angry. I'm sorry, hon. Talking about it don't come easy.
I'm just trying to fit the pieces together. What does Charlotte have to do with Jessalyn?
All families got one thing in common. Every generation, just like the last. There's some rebels and some oddballs that break the mold. But for the most part, one generation gonna follow into the footsteps of the next. From what I gathered, Jesslyn seems to be cut from the same cloth as Charlotte. You ask me, if someone saw Charlotte as a threat, then Jesslyn's been born behind enemy lines.
Someone wants me to call a ghost. I don't know if I should.
In my experience, when you try to call ghost, it goes straight to voicemail.
How sure are you?
95%.
Less reassuring than I was hoping for.
Think of it this way. In 100 parallel universes, only 5 Nancys get eaten by a ghost.
Eaten?
Metaphorically, for the most part.
Savannah, you are not helping.
Oh, I'm just trying to loosen you up. You'll be fine, honey. Smart money says this is just someone toying with you. But if you feel anything out of the ordinary, run. And don't look back.
Do you know anything about the factory accident?
Nothing I can verify. It's been scratched out of the local history. When I was there, I expected to feel something when I stood near the old factory.
And nothing?
As many spirits as I expected. I only met one.
Charlotte?
That'd be the one. Dear, sweet Charlotte, the terror of Black Rock Island.
You said you opened the door to the spirit world. What did you mean?
You really sure you want to know?
I'm curious, and no disrespect, but...
Last time, I told you how my daddy got me interested in ghosts, but that's only part of the story. When I was young, there was a spot in my room where I could fold back the wallpaper. There was this gorgeous old wood behind it. I mean, to me it was. I'd trace the ripples in the grain with my finger for sometimes hours.
Why?
I don't know. I was a girl, and it was the only thing I knew about that no one else did. I don't know exactly when it started, but I began to trace a beautiful old willow into the wall, over and over again. Strong limbs running up to the sky, and the tangled roots grabbing tight at the dirt. I was obsessed. I traced the tree until I knew every detail. I even started to see it after a time, little indentations in the wood. But one day, the lines felt strange and cold, and I realized it wasn't the wall I was feeling. There was a girl on the other side of the wood. She was showing me what to draw. She was trying to tell me something. I should have shut my eyes tight and glued the paper back. But I didn't, and I couldn't. I let it teach me the shape of the tree, again and again, until one day I saw it in real life.
What happened?
Not a thing until a strong storm hit a few months later. I don't have to tell you what they found when they pulled what was left of the willow tree from the ground, now do I? That's when I decided I would learn to listen. I knew even then it had come at a cost. I just had no idea how high.
I'd better get going.
Good night.
Okay, that was interesting.
Hi, Nancy.
I think I'm supposed to go meet a ghost.
Cool. Do you know what you're going to wear?
A blindfold?
Makes sense. Now the question is, do you match the blindfold to your skirt or your shoes, or do you go all clashy?
I'm just not sure if I should go through with it. I'm worried it might be a trap.
Hold up, were you being serious? About the ghost? And the blindfold?
Yes.
I know you can't see it, but Ned and I are sharing a worried glance.
Nancy?
I know. I'll be careful.
I was just going to say it'd be a very memorable double date.
Aw, Ned. That's very sweet. And strange.
I was aiming for one, but I'll collect the whole set.
Oh, get a crypt, you two.
I just saw a ghost.
So what are we talking? Puppet? Mirror tricks?
No. Listen, don't tell anyone else this.
Is this going to be a ghost blind item? A well-known spirit was spotted at a popular haunt canoodling with a certain ghost about town known for his habit of appearing in mirrors.
Can you channel Sirius Bess for a moment?
Okay. Homework, my dad talking about taxes, that picture of a puppy who got lost. Old paintings of European royalty. I'm there.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks. Since I've gotten here, things have been getting stranger and stranger. I can't shake this feeling. It's like an odd weight. I'm not saying the ghosts are real here. I'm just saying... I don't know what I'm saying.
That doesn't sound like the Nancy I know.
I know. I just need to clear my head. There is always a scientific explanation.
Ned, you gotta tell her to come home.
Still gotta work on that whisper, Bess.
Nancy, you're really scaring me. Come home.
I will, just as soon as I can. I'd better get going.
Talk to you later.
Okay, so, I think we've pretty much tried to get all the help we can. As far as phone calls are concerned. Now I'm just looking around for different clues.
Hi.
I'd better get going.
Later.
And trying to find anything that will tell me where Ethel's grave is. And if you were listening to the conversation with Savannah, she mentioned something about a tree, and it kind of looked, the way she was describing it, it kind of seems like it looked like this, but I'm not 100% sure. That was just kind of weird. So now I'm going to go out to the cemetery and see if there's anything I can find about Ethel.
Hi there.
Savannah said Charlotte was supposedly a ghost.
Not supposedly.
In my experience, ghosts tend to be not real.
Then consider yourself lucky. In my experience, of which I have significantly more, reality isn't that simple.
Have you ever actually seen this ghost?
This ghost was my cousin Charlotte, and yes, I saw her. I saw her grow up. I was here the night she died, and I've seen her since, much as I wish that wasn't true.
I'd better get going.
Later.
Okay, so, that was a little helpful, but not really. I forgot. No, this is the lady, the gray lady. Okay. That's the gray lady's, grave. There was an unmarked grave, like, where one of the graves said 54 souls. Like, I'm wondering if that's Ethel's grave. But I forgot, I can't remember if Wade told us about this. It seems like something's here, but I don't know. Okay, so no sign of the grave here. I'm looking at some of these trees too. Okay. Okay, so okay, that wasn't weird. Exiting stage left. Okay, so I wonder like if there's a clue on some of the graves as to where Ethel's grave might be. I wonder what these squares are here for. This is the Gray Lady. Harper Thornton. Something May Newton. I don't think Wade told us about this one, but who knows, maybe this is Ethel. This is their grandmother, or Claire's mother, Rosalie. This is Ruby Newton. This is Lee. Virginia. I'm just trying to like look for any clue as to where Ethel's grave might be, but I don't know.
You scared me.
Whoopsie.
I'd better get going.
Later.
Okay, so as far as Ethel's grave, we have yet to figure that out, but we will, I'm sure of it, on our next video. So I'm going to go ahead and end this as part 9 for the walkthrough of Nancy Drew Ghost of Thornton Hall. And I will see you guys here very soon for part 10. Until then, domo arigato gozaimashita.